Okay, guys, I'm 27 years old. My name is Cody. I live my life with cerebral palsy, PTSD, depression. These videos are my story. This disclaimer is there will be some adult topics. It will not be good for younger children or people with sensitive stomachs, as I will be talking about various things that have happened to me in life, some of which were highly traumatic. This channel is not for monetary gain. Please keep all comments friendly and constructive. If you have a problem with me, please comment directly to me and we can address it. Thank you. Stay safe. Be patient. Alright, guys, welcome back to Life with a Disability. I'm going to change the segments up a little bit for this video. Sorry, I haven't been making any lately. I've been working overtime, working 2 jobs. My wife's been working overtime, so we just haven't had time. I'm doing this one solo. She's at work tonight. And what I want to talk about is balancing 2 jobs with your disability. I'm back at work full-time, both jobs. My first job, as I call it, my day job, is 6 in the morning to roughly 1 o'clock in the afternoon, depending if I get home early if the workload's low. My second job is from 2 until 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, depending on, again, the workload. Being disabled has changed the way I have to do my job. Both of my jobs are extremely physical. I am tired constantly. I don't look at myself as, I have a disability, I can't do this. I look at myself as, I have a disability, I'm going to push twice as hard to prove I can do this. My day job, my dispatcher, she knows there's certain routes that are easier for me to do, certain ones are a pain in the ass. But she still lets me try. I have not met a challenge yet that I have not been able to meet or exceed. Right now, until the end of May, I am working 2 jobs. On my days off, I'm still a husband. I'm still a friend. I'm still a tenant. I have things I have to do as all of those above. Am I tired? Yes. I don't stop being a husband because I'm tired. I still have my wife to take care of. I'm a gearhead. That doesn't stop because I'm tired. I work on cars to relieve stress. I'm a tenant, which means I have to keep my home clean. I have to keep my stuff organized. If I want to keep my project cars here, I have to keep things picked up, keep them organized, and keep it clean. So if I don't do it, then I have to do it on my day off. I pick up a lot of overtime. I do not look at my cerebral palsy as a hindrance. I look at it as a challenge in life that needs met. I adapted something very young. To me, life is a big challenge. What's the next step? Come on, give me another one. I don't want to be that one that's just, oh, I can't do. My great aunt, and this is not the most politically correct term for this, but she was born in 1919. She used to tell me, you can't do that, you're crippled. One day, I had enough of it. Like, my mom would get severely pissed off over it. One day, I had enough, and I told her, watch me. My first car, love my sister for this because I have a love of old trucks because of her. It was a 1984 Ford F-150, manual steering, manual brakes, non-hydraulic assisted clutch. It was a stick. It was either I learned to drive it and I found a way to do it, or I walked. I can drive a stick shift. I can drive a car without power steering. And that is with a disability. I know I am more blessed than others. I knew a young lady when I was in, this was years ago, so probably 1st grade. I'm trying to remember back, it's been too long. And I went to school there for a couple of months. She had cerebral palsy. She had a walker. She'd keep up with the rest of us. We were playing kickball. She was running right along with us with that walker. You can't let it, if you have the drive, you can succeed. My drive is my wife. There have been days I have been so tired when I'm on the road. I have called my mom and keep me awake. I don't care if you have to yell at me, keep me awake. And my mom will usually check in with me a couple days later when she knows I have days off where I can actually get some rest and ask me why I do it. Why do I run myself so hard? When I was single, I worked so much because I didn't have a reason to come home. I had a cat and a Trans Am. That was it. The cat was at mom and dad's, the Trans Am was with me. Because I drove it every day. Now, I have a reason to dig deeper and find another gear when I'm so tired I need to give up. Both of my bosses, as long as I follow proper PTO protocol, they're okay with me taking time off if I need to. But I don't want to, because for me, when I take the time off and I rest, I get slow. I get sluggish. I lose the energy I have. I lose my strength. I have to keep my body going in order for me to get better. I have more use of my hand now than what I did a few years ago. My hands, as you can tell, the left one's a little smaller, which is the one my watch is on, and the right hand's a beast. Just because that hand is smaller, that hand is like a bench vise. Once I grab something, it ain't coming loose. It's almost like a pit bull locking its jaws. I have to force myself to let go. But that has also been a blessing, and I have been able to do many physical labor jobs over the years. Something I would like to, if I can find backing and find help to do it, that I would like to start doing, is an automotive repair class for disabled people. Showing them ways to be able to change a tire themselves, or find a way to adapt it to where they don't need to wait on that tow truck, or they don't need to call that family member. And just give them more independence. I was very blessed in the aspect of I didn't need the help. My right arm is as strong as two grown men. Easiest way to put it. But I know not everybody has that luxury. When I look at myself, I don't see the disability. I see what's my next challenge. I will try to always be that way. As my wife has reminded me, I am not 17 anymore. I get up every day. There's new cracks and pops and rattles that weren't there before. But I want to prove that my disability is not who I am. It's something I live with. It is not me. It does not define me as what I want. I want to be that man that is a cerebral palsy. I don't want to say victim, or, well, the easiest term to put it is somebody that was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Because I don't want to say victim. I don't want to say the unfortunate. For me, my CP is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it has given me the heart to want to understand somebody with a disability. But it is also a curse because it has made me a mean, bitter man. I don't look at the world as a friendly place. I look at the world as a mean place. I look at it as a very dark place. I drive my wife absolutely insane because I do not want her going anywhere like at night without me. And we do not live in the best area, so I am not very comfortable when she is not with me. I have a rule that if I get home before she does, I don't change my clothes. I don't take my boots off until she is home. Because then if she needs me, I can be there fast. Now, my work schedule is a little more flexible than hers. So, my work schedule, when I say I'm going to be off at a certain time, I'm off at that time. Her work schedule, it depends on, because she's a manager, what needs done. But I do balance my jobs to where if she's off for the weekend, I'm off for the weekend. If she's working the weekend, I work the weekend because then it's overtime. But once you find that job that is willing to work with your disability and help you grow in positions, stay with it. It's going to have bad days. There's days where I'll literally look at my boss and just be like, I'm quitting, I'm done. Usually, unless she's really mad at me for something, it's a pep talk and, all right, go back to work. If she's mad at me, it's shut up and go back to work. Don't run away from the challenge. You have been challenged by your disability your whole life. What's one more? Like, I'm making this video at 11 o'clock at night. I just got home an hour ago. I stopped and got groceries. I did a few other things at work. And that's been the extent of it for me. You can't always sit back and take the easy ride. I know somebody that's on disability because, quote unquote, he is too immature to work. Mature enough to have children, too immature to work. It pisses me off to no end to know there's people out there in wheelchairs working full time. People like me. My body is torn up. The CP, it wasn't the cerebral palsy itself, it was the side effects. Arthritis, scoliosis, back problems, bad knees, everything that comes with cerebral palsy because of not being able to move my arm or having full range of motion. It hasn't slowed me down. It has not stopped me from working. Another thing is, find a job you love to do. You're going to go through 100 crap jobs before you get to the one you love. I love both of my jobs. My wife and I cannot have children of our own because of problems that she has. I have a job working with children. I love it. That, and I get to send them home. I don't have to deal with them once they're where they need to go. I get to send them home. For me, I don't want children because I know what I went through growing up. If you like working with animals, see about volunteering in an animal shelter if you don't have the ability to work a full-time job. If you like working with computers, find you a work-from-home job where if you're immobile or have difficult mobility, there you go. Or if you like working on cars, small shops. Stay away from the big dealers. Small shops, little mom and pop operations where they will help you find your niche. I did a few years of security. I will not say the guy's name. Him and I had a falling out after I left the position. I will always be grateful that he gave me a chance. For 3 years, I was a shift supervisor. I loved what I did, and he wouldn't let me back down from anything. It didn't matter if it was a drunk wandering around wanting to fight or a fire. He's like, you're getting paid to do a job, go do it. On the other hand, I took a lot of risks with that job I probably shouldn't have. But if it wouldn't have been for me taking that chance, I would not know what my limitations are for what I can do even with that disability. I'm under no illusions. I will always have a disability. Modern medical science can never take this away. I've looked at the stem cell research and it's all on infants and toddlers. Those of us that were born before 1999, we're stuck with what we got. We don't get the luxury to get shot up with stem cells and it fixed itself. And at almost 30 years old, I don't know if I would want it. I've lived my life this way. I don't know what I would do if I woke up one day and I could write my name left-handed, turn a wrench left-handed. I would give anything in the world for it, to be able to use my hand more. But I don't know what I would do if I woke up and I didn't have what I have. It is giving me the ability to see the sides of an able-bodied person and a disabled person. But you can balance work and your disability. I've had to take days off because of my disability. I've had to call in because I couldn't put weight on my leg. I even have to get fitted for my boots twice a year because my left foot has a twist in it. So my boot heels wear weird. You can't always... Social Security's not going to be there forever. I'm a firm believer of, as long as you have an imagination, a will to do it, and you want to try, you can make your own way. I think of it like a little kid selling lemonade. Nobody's normally going to buy it. But they have the imagination, they have the willpower. Does it usually work out for the 9-year-old selling lemonade? Nah. But to have that faith as a child can move a mountain. On a closing note, I'm still going to be putting videos up. I'm looking at cutting down to one job here in the next couple of months. No promises on that because I actually do like doing both jobs. I get bored sitting at home. I will be doing another series of videos on one of my project vehicles because it needs a lot of work and it's an older truck. A lot of people like the videos on those. I have been asked by some why the wardrobe I pick. For me, my normal wardrobe is a t-shirt, a pair of Levi's or Wranglers, whichever pair of jeans I grab out of the dresser drawer because I wear the Western jeans. A Western belt, pocket knife on my side, and a leather case, cowboy boots, a Western jacket, and some days a cowboy hat, depending on the weather or what I'm doing. Because if I'm running around like an idiot, then I won't wear my hat. But for me, the hours I work, I can wear my boots for 13 hours a day. Doesn't bother me. Jeans, I'm 6'4". I'm kind of limited as to what I can get pants-wise that fit. The shirts, I like my t-shirts. I'm that guy. But for me, it makes the day go easier when I'm in comfortable clothes. And there's days where Tylenol is my best friend. And so is coffee. But don't be afraid to go put that job application out. My running gag with my boss whenever I'm ready to quit is, well, I was looking for a job when I found this one. Don't be afraid to go look for that job. Don't be afraid to be told no. I put out probably 300 job applications when I got hired where I'm at. It was time for a change. I wanted something different in my life, and I found it. I plan on hopefully retiring early and retiring from the company I'm working at. Do I think it'll happen? No. They're getting bought out, but I want to stay as long as I can. You need to first love yourself. If you have a spouse, love your spouse. Because they are going to be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest critic, your biggest supporter. Like tonight, my wife's still at work and it's almost 11 o'clock. I will not be mad at her. She is tired. I understand that. Speaking of which, I'm going to start dinner because I'm not eating until she gets home. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe. Be patient. And just remember, never give up on yourself.